think, actually, as a longtime Twitter user, how do you feel about? Do you really feel, in your honest hearts of hearts, that Elon is ruining the platform?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Now,
getting
yeah.
it's getting worse.
No,
Oh, especially
yeah.
before the whole you can't promote Instagram and Facebook and other links
Which
thing.
they then overturned by the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was just incredible. No, yeah, I definitely like, all right. I've seen a bunch of people basically making the argument that Elon is doing a totally fine job and that it's just like, left-wing bias that is
Or it's
basically,
always been a bad platform with issues and stuff like that.
yeah, and it's like from my perspective, I'm somebody who went into the Elon buying Twitter thing. I was excited to see him buy Twitter. I thought that it was going to be great. I thought that there were very serious problems, and I still think that there are serious problems with conservative voices being silenced on the platform and stuff, and just for the overall banning to just be super unfair on the platform. I 100% agree on all that shit. But since he has taken over the platform, I mean, from both perspectives, from the perspective of a user, he's really fucked up the site for me because now the verified tab is totally useless. It's like,
yes.
it's way harder for me to actually like see conversations that are unfolding because there's just so many random fucking people with blue check marks now. And then at the same time, like from a business perspective, I know the blue check mark shit has been a total disaster. It hasn't made them any fucking money. And, it just feels like everything that they're doing is just kind of silly. And then meanwhile, Elon just keeps iterating more and more like offensive, weird right-wing talking points on the platform, which is, if you want to run this kind of platform, you should probably commit yourself to being like generally pretty agnostic politically and try to at least put that image out there. And I feel like he's doing an absolutely terrible job with that. So yeah, I've been pretty fucking disappointed. And okay, there's all these rumors about like, oh, Tesla stock is dropping, and maybe Tesla stock is dropping because people don't have confidence in Elon doing a good job, or they think that people on the left are going to stop buying Teslas because they hate Elon now.
He's been selling hella stock.
And he's apparently having to do that to sort of finance the stock buybacks in the sense that like he borrowed all this money to buy Twitter, and then they're probably trying to like get some of that money back as the stock plummets, or not as the stock plummets, but whatever. Like, I would not buy a Tesla right now.
Why? Because of Elon?
Yeah, because I just feel like Elon has sort of revealed himself to be a total shithead.
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't buy a Tesla for the same reason that I wouldn't buy a fucking pair of Yeezys right now. Which I wouldn't do that anyway, trust me. But just in general, like if Alex Jones had a fucking a salted snack brand, I'm not going to buy that either because I don't like them. At this point, Elon is on my shit list enough of like, I just don't like the way he's moving. I don't like the things he's saying. I don't like what he's putting out there into the universe. I would not buy a rocket from SpaceX if I was in the market to buy a rocket.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck they're doing over there.
But I feel like in like anti-Semite, it's a little bit different than like just a bad businessman who's just doing, just.
You think he's anti-Semitic?
No.
Oh, Kanye.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, right.
Alex
yeah,
Jones.
Right, yeah.
If Alex Jones had a Sandy Hook salted snacks coming out, I would not participate.
No,
Dude,
yeah. So go ahead.
it's like I know like when you're operating a business, it is good, especially a business where you have like a lot of customers. It's good to listen to your customers and see what they want, but I feel like it's a bad look on you when you're putting out tweets saying, "Hey guys, we just implemented this new rule. Should we take it back or not?" And like he's having people vote on Twitter like how to control Twitter. And it's like that really does show. And I don't like to take this stance, but it kind of does show. It doesn't really seem like he knows what he's doing, and he needs the people's help, like to see how he should run the platform.
I mean, him getting a new CEO for Twitter is a great idea.
Yeah,
like, maybe so, like it just is clearly not the best use of his time. It seems like he's literally just like in a boardroom addressing Twitter issues that are popping up on the regular and just responding to some of the weirdest, like worst bad actors on the platform, just having conversations with all these fucking lunatics. Like, okay, just to put in perspective, Barry Weiss, you familiar with her? She used to work for the New York Times. She's like generally like a conservative commentator. She's like a lesbian woman, Jewish. She lives out here, whatever. And she, is a conservative, but not super conservative. She's not like a MAGA person or whatever. And so when the Twitter files came out or whatever, and when Elon was releasing all of this, secret information from Twitter's, past years about censorship and everything, he released some of those documents to her. And so she published on the platform, her breakdown or whatever of all this information that had been released to her. And then soon after that, the whole thing happened where, what do they call it, the Thursday night massacre or something, where Elon basically
Banned
had
like 20 ops.
banned a shitload of his ideological opponents, at least partially under the guise that it was because of his jet that was being tracked by these different Twitter accounts.
They were
right?
doxing him and shit.
Right. He felt like they were doxing him, even though the information is already public. But whatever. So Barry Weiss tweeted out and took a principled stand against what Elon was doing by basically just banning everybody that opposed him philosophically or on the platform or whatever. And he responded to her and basically told her that she was just trying to look good to the left, and then he blocked her.
Bro.
So he gives her access to this huge treasure trove of Twitter's secret data, and then she takes one stance against something else that he did, which, let's be real, the vast majority of people on Twitter took issue with him, feeling like it was fair for him to delete all these people, because this was like the same wash of people that got taken out when he basically said that you weren't allowed to like link out to other social media platforms or whatever, which is another decision that was massively unpopular. But her just stating that much, like, he was basically expecting her to have this extreme loyalty to him. And I mean,
that's the shit he was promising to fix. He was promising a platform where all speech is accepted. You could say whatever you want. He's like, all the conservative ideas, they'll be they won't be blocked anymore. And now he's just taking the crazy opposite side of just I don't think he's blocking liberal views, but
Y'all don't get that.
But he's
right,
just blocking just any opposing view. Which
nah,
is
wait, bro. But like, y'all don't get to have that right. Meaning, like, for example, I can hate the fuck out of Elon right now because I was promised absolute free speech and he didn't deliver. But y'all who was okay with just conservatives just giving their opinions on certain things, like for example, like
nobody wants free speech on Twitter. Free speech on Twitter means that you're going to have the Klan, you're going to have Nazis, you're going to have the Taliban, you're going to have all the worst people on earth. It's basically going to look like 4chan, saying the worst things possible, threatening to rape and kill people. They're going to be, posting horrible things about the Holocaust, whatever the fuck it is. It's like nobody actually wants pure free speech on their Twitter platform, because if you actually wanted that, then you would be on 4chan. And you're not, because you don't want to have to worry about seeing fucking cat porn while you're scrolling through 4chan. And even 4chan has some fairly strict moderation policies to deal with all of the things that essentially emerge from true free speech, because true free speech is going to have people posting all kinds of illegal shit. Child porn, fucking beheadings, murders, whatever,
It's not free. I don't think that comes with free speech. I think that comes with like an anonymity with being an online person. It's just like you create a Twitter account, you just write Joe Schmo, and then you could say whatever the fuck you want, and people love doing that. And there's many people who do that all the time. And I guess
Twitter is a platform, and it's fair for them to want to have some selection in who they allow on the platform. Now, the thing about Elon is just that he's basically allowed massive amounts of basically hardcore right wing. I'm not going to say racist or but like people that are at least on the fringes of the far right allowed back onto the platform. And then meanwhile, he's basically looking for any option that he can find to ban people who seem like they're not even on the far left. Well, he's banned a lot of fucking Antifa people for sure. But then he's also just looking for any excuse he can to ban journalists and shit. He's really, I feel like the likelihood of social media becoming regulated by the government seems a lot higher as a result of the fact that we now have the richest man in the world controlling one of the biggest platforms for communication and seemingly acting in a pretty erratic way, and using it as a way that he could sort of punish people who disagree with him.
It definitely seems erratic, but it's does it seem erratic to us regular people who don't have to deal with all the fucking crazy shit he has to deal with, like investors, conservative investors, liberal investors, you know what I mean, all this stuff going on.
I doubt he's got any liberal investors.
The people attacking you, it's probably so hard to balance and make everyone happy at a certain point.
And that's why if you're the richest man in the world and you buy a fucking stupid ass tech platform that's just gonna lose money, you don't install yourself as the CEO. He has CEOs for his other companies, or I think he's still the CEO of Tesla, or I forget. But he has people running all of his other fucking companies. The idea of him just having a separate CEO, it's the common sense idea, because this is the thing, is that no matter what, if you're in Elon's position here, you're going to be hated, because it's almost impossible for you to make both sides happy at the same time. You know, you ban somebody on the right, the left's going to be hysterical and angry at you, and vice versa.
People didn't like Jack Dorsey either.
Yeah, but the thing about Jack is that he was so quiet. He turned himself into this weird Zen yoga fucking guy, where it became kind of hard to like really be all that angry about him. And he just faded into the background, and he's working on his company, but you really didn't see him like that. He did everything possible to be as inoffensive as possible. And in comparison, Elon is tweeting out Paul Pelosi conspiracy theories, suggesting that he was like attacked by his gay lover.
Right. So like, hear me out. Let me just like pitch to you my best option for absolute free speech, and then you tell me if it's a smart idea or it's stupid as fuck. Right.
Okay.
So here's why I feel like the option for, I guess, not institute absolute free speech is bad, right? Because you have situations where under Jack Dorsey, they was highly favorable towards the left, and then the government was paying millions of dollars for them to take down shit. And then on the right, you have Elon Musk just taking down shit just based on his personal opinion. You know what? If you offend me, you're gone, right? So now the big issue is hate speech is being defined by whoever runs the platform now, right? Which I think is fucked up. But how about this? You allow everything, but you find a way to like suppress hate speech. Like, for example, like, we are not sharing this in the algorithm. If you want to find this, you would have to go to their page directly, search it up,
but
and look at it there.
How is, banning users who are partaking in hate speech, how is that any different than just suppressing it so that it's incredibly hard to find? Because, I mean, you just have to think about what true free speech is. Yeah. True free speech is every single black person who uses Twitter posting and then having massive armies of bots that are posting the N-word and posting pictures of black people hanging from trees, etc. Because that is literally what will happen under true free speech on social media platforms. Is you will have the worst, most racist, most misogynistic harassment of people to a level that absolutely no person in their right mind would ever want to deal with. And so it is like, the idea of just having no moderation on platforms is fucking insane. But how you handle the moderation is the question. But the idea that people would want to live in a world in which you had true free speech on social media platforms is just fucking crazy. If you tell me that you think that Twitter should have absolute free speech, all you're telling me is that A, you have a low IQ, and that B, you have not thought about this very deeply, because it just does not. Like, nobody in their right mind would want to own a company in which every single time a woman posted anything, thousands of bots were able to just quote tweet her and tell her that they wanted to rape her and kill her. But that's literally the kind of stuff that will happen on Twitter.
God damn.
If it was real free speech.
No, look, right. So look, again, like, that option is absolutely terrible. It's horrendous. But my whole thing is, like, the alternative to that, though, to me, is just as bad, right? Is
not really, because you could have a fair moderation system by which you can ban people off a social media platform. It's just, I feel now we've kind of seen the far left version and the far right version. Yeah. What Elon should do is he should do the thing that he actually said that he was going to do, which he was going to create this committee that would be able to review decisions or whatever. Say what you will about Facebook and everybody, but Facebook has a truth and safety council or some shit that meets and makes big decisions about the platform. The problem is that most of the shit is being handled algorithmically because they just admit that they don't have enough manpower to fucking.
It's impossible. It's can you imagine how many people are tweeting every day, every second, and then you just have to have someone going through all that shit? It's kind of I don't know. It's impossible.